Hello, welcome back. I am Delynn Gaston, and we are here at the Orlando Home Show. And I have with me right now Tim Duval from Generex Generators. So here in Florida,
Yes.
we get lots of hurricanes. So in addition to having hurricane parties, what can make that hurricane party better, Tim?
Power.
Power.
Power would make it a lot better.
That's right. So Tim does generators, whole house generators. So for those of you who are down here, you realize that with the hurricanes, it knocks it out, and it could be days
Sometimes weeks.
before you get your power back, and that's not fun. My house happens to be on a well, and so I can't do anything. I can't have a
Right.
shower. I can't, I have no water. So if
Right.
I have no water, if I have no power, I have no water. So it's not like city or anything. So it's huge. It's a huge help for things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us what you do and how you're.
So we
work.
specialize in the whole house units. So
Nice.
basically everything that is required to run the home is taken care of. So we got the AC unit. We make sure the fridge is nice and cool for you guys, and everything's incorporated so that you can use the house with full impunity.
So that's important as well because we lose our food. Everything in the freezer gets spoiled.
Hundreds of dollars right down the drain.
Yes. And I know that you can buy the generators at, whatever local market store or, home goods store, but that's not going to do everything. In fact, I think it's the cooling and stuff draws a lot, right? A refrigerator draws a lot.
Yes, yes. And so a lot of times the units that you would buy that are clarified
Yeah,
as like
yeah.
the portable units, those
And
ones will
those
run.
it's 500 watts or
Right.
whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right. That'll run a room and maybe a refrigerator and a couple of things, couple of fans. What
Okay.
ours does, it does everything. So we incorporate the AC unit primarily, and then after the AC unit is incorporated, everything else can follow seamlessly.
So like you said, everything in your electrical panel box.
Yep.
Everything.
Yes.
So you could even do like a dryer.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh yeah. You can do your laundry in the middle of the hurricane if you want.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that is amazing. Okay, so that being said, because we're a nation that is so, I guess a world that is so used to power.
Yes.
Right? Everything that we have runs on power. We plug our phones in, even everything. So how does this run?
So it runs on propane or natural gas.
Okay.
And in most cases, in my area, we do a lot of propane installations. So we'll put some propane tanks somewhere safely by your house, and then we'll install the generator, and that'll run for about a week without needing to be refilled.
Wow. So, and that was going to be, so with the propane, so if it's if you already have natural gas, like if you have a gas stove, I would imagine, then you would just tie into that,
Yep, you
Okay.
tie into that, and then whenever the power comes back, that's it.
and then you're fine again.
Exactly.
And then if you don't have natural gas running to your house, then you'll install a propane.
Yep.
Now, how big are we talking on that?
So we can go anywhere from maybe a 120-gallon tank all the way up to a 1,000-gallon tank, depending
Okay.
on the needs.
Okay.
So for example, 2 120 tanks would get you about 5 to 7 days of continuous runtime.
Oh, there you go.
And then a 500-gallon tank, for example, would get you 10 to 14 days. So the longest outage that I've experienced was with Hurricane Irma. And that would have encompassed a 500-gallon tank very easily. We would have
Okay.
been. I was without power for I think 12 days.
Wow.
And that 500-gallon would take care of that.
Okay. So, and everything in the house. Now, that brings up another point. So, the tank, and you're going to put that outside somewhere. Now, what about the unit itself, the generator itself? Where does that go? Is that inside, outside, and how big are those?
So the generator itself is only 4 feet by 2 feet.
Oh,
and,
that's not big at all.
It's not. It leaves a very small footprint, and we put it probably close to an AC unit or somewhere close to your electrical box. But we could put it anywhere around the house as long as the clearances are allowing it.
Okay. And then you just hook into so, I don't understand any of this
That's all
stuff.
right. That's all right.
So my electrical panel box obviously is on the inside of the garage wall. So do you run something,
most
wires,
times-
connections.
Yeah. So most times there's the electrical box, but on the other side of the wall there's the electrical meter.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then,
yeah.
then we'll put our little transfer switch right next to that meter.
Oh, okay.
And so it's all outside.
So it's all outside.
No
so you don't
deconstruction of the home.
open doors.
We don't have to
I
break
know, that
down
was-
any drywall. None of that
That
stuff.
was my other question.
Yeah.
Do you have to, like, take the walls down, or
Not
even
at all.
some of them?
Yep,
all
it's
right,
all
that's-
external.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
And I would imagine these are very affordable for people.
Yeah, so our company is a full turnkey company, so we take care of everything from the permitting all the way down to the 10-year warranty.
You just brought up another point. See, permitting.
Yes.
So you have to go through and get a permit, because is this considered real estate? Is this considered a permanent fixture, or if you up and move, can you take it with you?
So you can take it with you, although a lot of times you'll end up spending more money to take it with you than to install another one at your next home.
Right, because I noticed your website and your email is fixmygen.com,
Yes.
which is an awesome name, by the way. Good job. So you obviously fix them too. So that would be another. So if we did decide to move, you can come and move it.
Right. And so our maintenance plans and our warranties are, the warranty itself is parts, labor, and trip charges for that full 10 years, and we take care of you after the sale.
Nice. That is fantastic. And you guys cover all of Florida?
Almost all of Florida. We have 6 locations or 7 locations at this time, and we're currently just not in Miami. I think that's the only part that we're not in.
Oh, so the rest of the state you've got.
Yep.
Nice. So are you branching out, I would imagine, into the southern states, because they're kind of getting hit hard? Louisiana's gotten hit hard lately.
That's something that I think is in the works. I'm not entirely sure. But
I'm guessing it is. Yeah. You're going to be one tired person
well,
going all over the place,
absolutely.
right?
But it's the work we love to do.
I can tell. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
And we will be right back.
All right, everybody. Okay, guess who's back? John's back. My wife's been doing a great job. Me and my wife do these shows already. So
Awesome.
I'm here with Anthony from Emerald Sun Energy, and you are a local solar guy.
I am a local certified solar contractor here
Okay.
in the Orlando area, servicing all of Central Florida.
So is solar really as, I mean, it's really blown up. Is it really a big deal? I mean, like everybody thinks it is. I'm just going to ask you honest
Yeah,
question.
no, that and that's fair. And the reality is, it's even bigger. We haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Oh, wow.
I'll pose this to you.
Okay.
40, 50 years ago, hardly anyone had central AC.
Right.
Now everyone does.
Oh, yep.
This is just something that we're just scratching the surface. Florida right now has just passed the 1% mark.
Only 1%.
Only 1% of people thus far have solar.
And we are the Sunshine State.
And we're the Sunshine State. So it's going to happen, and it is happening, and it's starting to happen faster and faster. You're starting to see it go up in more and more neighborhoods.
Okay.
So it really is the best time ever for
So
solar energy.
for all those skeptics at home, which we know we have,
Yeah.
oh, is solar really going to save me money?
What's happened since 2009, the price of solar has dropped 70%.
Okay.
In the same time, the price of the energy companies has raised by 30
Right.
to 40%. On top of that, now there has just been revolutionary financing options available.
Right.
Like a 20-year 0.99, a 25-year 1.49. So literally, someone who's spending $200 a month right now on their power bill can go solar and reduce their overall energy expense to about $150 a month.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then they're locked in to that lower rate.
Right.
Now, I don't know if you've seen what's going on at the gas pumps lately.
Oh, my God, it's horrible.
It's horrible. Do you think the greedy monopoly power companies are going to raise their rates or lower their rates as time goes on?
They're going to raise them. Matter of fact, I was watching this morning on the news, and the local in the Orlando area, they're getting ready to ask for a 10% increase starting in
May.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's crazy. And it's only going to go up from there. So
Right.
there's never been a better time to go solar. And I'm not even touching on why I got into it,
Right.
which is really for the green energy.
Yeah, I
There's-
was going to say, why did you get into solar?
Yeah, I mean, green energy is, we don't need to burn anything.
Right.
You know, look, I don't want to go backwards. I'm a very high-tech guy.
Right.
And we have technology that we can simply use and substitute and not change any of the other things that we're doing and have just an incredible benefit to, to the environment. Like, again, it doesn't have to be drilled.
Right.
It doesn't have to be transported. It doesn't have to be refined.
Right.
It doesn't have to be, I mean, heck, we had the Valdez spill just, 10 years ago?
Oh, God, that was
and
horrible.
they're still cleaning
Yeah.
up.
Well,
oil.
I mean, in that we had the whole in the Gulf, the oil rig that went up.
Yeah. It was a 4.2 million barrels of oil into our Gulf. I mean, the fish were covered in oil.
Yeah. And that wasn't good for frying either, by the way. Just want to say that out loud.
Right.
So, okay, so let's talk about the process that Emerald Sun Energy. How do we go about getting you guys to come out and see what we can say?
Sure. There's a couple of great ways to do that. One, you could simply give us a call. All our information is on our website. And on our website, we actually have an interactive AI that you can anonymously put in your information and just find out if solar makes sense for you. Because I'll tell you what, it doesn't make sense for everyone.
Right.
About 80% of the people it does.
Okay.
But you get a chance to go on there, look for yourself, see if it's something that makes sense, and then it'll prompt you if you want more information and you want to contact us, you want to schedule an appointment, you are in control. We're just here to give you the information so that you can make an educated decision.
That's all. So, yeah, you tell me you're not going to call me every other day going, hey, we talked once, we talked once, we're going to talk
No,
again.
not like, I mean, unless we're having a barbecue and something fun's happening, I won't say I'm not going to call you if things on the docket, but
That's
no,
awesome.
we're not going to harass you.
That's awesome. Now, that to me is a big deal because I literally have talked to some people, how they got my phone number, I don't know, but all of a sudden they won't stop.
Yeah.
And it's constant texting and oh my God.
It is. And we've built our reputation on being accountable
Right.
and being available. We've been in business since 2015. And in the contractors industry, we are 5-star rated on Google, and our
Nice.
reviews go back to 2016. It's unheard of, and it's really because we take the journey with you. we're accountable, we're available, and we're passionate about going
Okay.
green.
So how right now are you guys backed up in any way, shape, or form, or is you're pretty much on schedule? So if I call you, it's going to be a couple of weeks before you can get out
yeah,
there.
we're about a 4-week lag.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, that's normal.
yeah,
I mean,
that's fairly normal.
I don't
We're-
expect to call you today and go, oh, and you're going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
I understand. But for a week, that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal. The whole process takes about 6 to 8 weeks by the
Okay.
time we come out, do the installation,
Right.
inspection, and then get the power company to come out and swap the meter for you.
Okay. That's awesome. Now, what area do you cover?
We cover all of Florida, but our main focus is probably coast to coast, Central Florida.
Okay.
All the way out to Tampa, St. Pete, Sarasota, all the way up to Jacksonville, down to probably Stewart.
Okay.
Yeah, and
That's a good size area.
it's a good size area. And
Yeah.
we have teams deployed in all of those areas, so someone local is always able to be out to you.
Okay. All right. So do you see any new big innovations coming to Florida that we've not heard of yet? Because everybody keeps asking me, goes, when are they going to put the solar tiles? Actually, no, the ones that look like roofing tiles.
Right. Yeah. The roofing tiles are a great innovation. I don't know if they'll ever be a
Oh.
to market situation.
Oh, okay.
For a couple of reasons. One, they look in terms of the aesthetics, they look great.
Yeah.
But they're 3 to 4 times more expensive than the panels, where all of a sudden that saving ratio
Right.
of the equation goes
Also
out the
goes-
window.
right.
And then 2, the maintenance issues that will arise when an error or a panel needs service. You're now pulling up your roof. As
Right.
opposed to the way they are now, it's on a rack. So if something does happen,
Right.
they're easily accessible, easily repaired.
Okay, that makes sense. You know, I'm sitting there going, that's really kind of cool to have my whole roof look like a solar. But you're right. If I have to maintain that, everything's got to come up, and I'm like, you're right. It's not so good.
The biggest innovation that's really been coming into this industry is the storage or battery solutions.
Right.
They're just getting better and better, and now it's starting to make sense to start to incorporate that backup power, where you could have like an emergency generator always on hand, and you would still save probably like between $20 and $30 a month over what you're already spending.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Look, if you're looking for an honest, and honesty is a big deal, and I'd actually send you to my mother.
All right. Appreciate
So
that.
I won't recommend anybody unless I can send on my mom. So look, if you're looking for someone that you want some honest answers about solar, give Anthony a call. He'll take care of you. Emerald Sun Energy. Stick
Awesome.
around. We've got a lot more coming from the Orlando 2022 home show. We'll be
Great.
right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Dylan Gaston, and we are back here at the Orlando Home Show. And right now I have with me Rick Abdullahi.
Yes,
Yes, from Armorview.
Armorview of Orlando.
Of Orlando. So tell us, Rick, what is Armorview of Orlando?
Armorview of Orlando, it's been around since 2013.
Okay.
We do have 4 locations, one in Boca, one in Sarasota, one in Tampa, and one in Orlando.
Okay, so all Florida-based.
All Florida based, and
Okay.
all of our product is made and manufactured and installed by all Florida.
And tell us about your product.
What we-
Windows, doors.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what we do have, we have exclusively windows and doors, and we do have impact and non-impact.
And of course, down here in Florida, that's big with the hurricanes and
Yes.
such, right?
Anybody lives by the shore, they're pretty much
Oh, yeah.
got to go for impact. Otherwise, they're going to have to, rent a hotel or run
Yeah.
to the hotel or
And hope and pray your house doesn't get
Exactly,
destroyed.
right. And then most part of the central Orlando, they don't need to because they're just too far away from the shore.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's down in Boca, I'll bet.
Oh yeah,
That area,
Boca
yeah, because
all
it's
day
right
long.
on the water.
Yeah,
right.
Boca all day long is impact.
So you make the windows right here in Florida then?
Yeah, down south in Fort Myers, and then
Okay.
we also use another manufacturing site in Ocala.
And tell us about the what is an impact window? Like how I've seen them where they like hit it with a baseball bat.
Yeah,
and that kind of a thing.
anything trajectory comes at you, it's supposed to be preventive, and people don't want to really get up in the middle of the night and see all the glasses are broken, and next thing you know, it's
Right.
like, everybody gets nervous on a time like that. So what impact is all about is like you got a sacrificial piece in front, and then
Okay.
you have two pieces that is more combined with the inner layer, and that's those pieces behind makes it more of an impact
Going to take the brunt
concept. Yeah,
brunt of everything.
yeah. So they usually come with a lifetime warranty, materials, labors, and Orlando specifically is one of those locations that we put so much of an emphasis on an end, end portion of the assignment, and we want to make sure everybody is happy and satisfied. And in this business, it's hard to have that sort of 100% satisfaction.
Oh,
but
yeah.
for all practical reason, our rating is 4.9
There you go.
on a Google. Yes.
Nice. That is fantastic. So
Yes.
obviously you guys are well respected in your field.
Just about anybody calls for a window, our Armor View of Orlando is going to pop.
So now, is there different levels of impact?
We only have one options, and unlike God bless my competition, they might have a few. Armor View just trying to make it more of a avoid any service nightmare. So all they want to do is they just stick to one, and
Okay.
it's more of a premium grade. And after
The one
all,
that works.
Yeah, exactly. Once for all, and then it makes us less painful, not to go and service it, and at the same token, homeowners are having that sort of a long-term peace of mind.
So yeah, because I think sometimes, especially a lot of people move from out of state, right, to Florida, and they're not used to, they tell us take your during a hurricane, take your lawn chairs and stuff and put them in the pool. But because anything can become a trajectory,
Yeah.
and like your lounge chairs, your metal, dinette set in the back, and that when it's coming at your window or your sliding glass door, can just
Definitely,
Take out your whole house.
that can be preventive.
Right.
I do have a lot of customers that I get to see by Melbourne area, Cocoa Beach, or I go to Daytona Beach or Deltona. Any part of the city that is more confronting.
Right. Right, waterfront. Sure.
Waterfronts.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
They already know it. I don't have to go and kind of talk them into it.
Sometimes they know it sadly, right?
Yeah, exactly,
Because they've
right.
experienced
Yeah.
a storm or something and their windows
Yeah.
did go. Now, so you can do either the whole house or just kind of like, window at a time?
Yeah,
or...
you can pick and choose any.
Okay.
We can even do as many as one window to the whole house of windows and doors. It's just a matter of if I'm there for one flat tires, that's what I'm there for.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit down and talk somebody into buy
The
four
whole thing,
four
right.
tires.
Right.
So
And I'm just wondering, I'm just curious. I would imagine maybe do you get like a discount on your insurance, your homeowner's insurance? Or...
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right.
That's-
Because that would be very good.
That's part of people's motive, to get that sort of long-term, beneficiary.
Yeah.
So that's a good point.
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I was just thinking about that, because the insurance in the state is kind of going up lately a little bit. Everyone's insurance has gone up, so this is an excellent way to get your insurance back down again if you've had an increase.
Sure. Again, doing any upgrades as far as window goes, it has, quite a few pros. Energy efficiency.
Yes.
Then again, eliminating the harshful weather condition. At the same token, like you mentioned, homeowner insurance.
Right.
That would be so. All in all, upgrading any sort of windows, it's to me is more like an investment.
It's an investment in your home.
Yes.
Maintenance and investment. So you just brought up another thing that I didn't think of. I'm thinking, of course, of storms and things, crashing through your windows or your doors, but energy efficiency. So.
Oh yeah.
It also keeping the heat out, right? Because it gets hot here in Florida.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it. As a matter of fact, I happened to go to one of my customers that I saw like a couple of years ago, and then he called me back for a front entry door. And when I went back in there, I said, hey, with the fact that I did replace all your windows and sliding glass doors, how did it impact your electrical bill?
Yes.
And his feedback was they chopped it in half.
Wow, see that?
Yeah.
So not only are you protecting your family from storms and things like that, but you're also lowering, protecting your wallet.
Correct.
from-
Again, it's all in all, it's a true investment.
That is awesome. That's
Yes.
perfect. And they have Armor View of Orlando. They have a 4.9
4.9. Yeah, that's right.
rating. So definitely somebody that you will want to call. There's their website right there.
Yes.
And call and speak to Rick. He is
Yes.
the man.
All along.
He is
Don't
the
forget,
man.
Rick.
There you go.
There's only one Rick.
Thank you, Rick, for joining us.
We do have quite a few sales reps. They're all good.
I'm
You
sure.
know, and
But ask for Rick. Thanks, Rick, for joining us. And stay
right.
tuned. We will be right back. Hi, everyone. I am Delynn Gaston, and we are at the Orange County Convention Center for the Orlando Home Show. Welcome to the show. And I have with me right now, one of the vendors here at the show is Jason Hoffman from Critters Exotic Pet Rescue. And Jason and I have been having a lovely conversation about the various animals and things like that. Welcome to the show.
Hi, nice to be here.
All right, so Jason, tell us about I'm going to let you go ahead and take it, what you do and where you're located and how people
Okay.
can reach out to you.
We are in Volusia County, but we rescue animals from all over the country. We've had animals come in from Fairbanks, Alaska, from Los Angeles,
Wow.
California, from all sorts of different areas that people ship animals to us to take care of or bring them to us. We get anywhere from 50 to 75 up to 100 animals in every year that we take care of, make sure they have a good home, and make sure they're 100% happy and healthy.
So that's fantastic. So you were saying these animals that come to you, so this is people who perhaps had them as pets
Had them as pets,
and
finding
they got too big or whatever, or
they get too big, they get too much to care for cost-wise. One of the animals last year that came into a rescue, someone found in their garage, and it was
What was it?
an African spur-thighed tortoise.
wow.
So
How-
I mean,
and that was here in Florida?
that was in Orange City.
Wow. And are they that's not indigenous to the area, I take it?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
We do everything that the Humane Society would need help for. I call ourselves the Humane Society for Exotic Animals.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
that's a good summary, right? So what kind of, tell me what kind of animals you have.
Right now, we have a couple guinea pigs, we have rabbits, we have tortoises, we have a prairie dog.
Oh, that's interesting.
We got a prairie dog from Melbourne.
Wow.
We have 3-4 snakes, we have a couple lizards, and we have a husky Malamute mix that we're fostering.
Wow, that's amazing. So now that brings up a good point. Do you keep all of these animals?
It really all depends on the person that brings them to us. We have two options for the person that surrenders them to us. We could keep them and maintain them, or we could do our research and make sure they go to a good home. Because we've been doing this for over 22 years now. People follow us on Facebook, and I have a long list of animals that the people are looking for. So it only takes a day or two for us to find it a good home.
And do you have people, I have there you are. There's your site and everything right there.
Yep.
So they can reach out to you obviously via Facebook or your website or phone call.
Yep.
If they find a pet that needs some help.
Yes.
And that's the other thing I wanted to ask you about was medical care and such. So I would imagine sometimes the animals might, if someone found it in their garage, right? So they have no idea the animal's medical history.
Yes.
So how do you know?
I am fortunate. I had the opportunity to work at a couple exotic veterinarian offices in Los Angeles before I opened the rescue, so I got a little bit of a vet assistant background with exotics, and then I
Nice.
studied a couple handbooks that are a quick reference for a quick fix. If not, I have 4 exotic pet vets
Oh,
that I
good.
have on speed dial in case I need more information.
Oh, that's good. Hopefully not a lot of that has to happen though. Hopefully they
No.
come in pretty good condition. So so then my other question of course would be, how do you not fall in love with them? How do you let them go to a good home when you love them?
I have a trick. The second I name it, most likely it's going to stay here.
Ah!
If an animal in a rescue doesn't have a name, I can't call it by its name. I can't get attached.
Yes, that's a good, yeah, don't name it, right?
Exactly.
There you go. So most importantly, Jason, how are you funded?
We are funded 100% through the generosity of donations.
It's okay. Just keep going, it's okay.
Through the generosity of donations.
Right.
We have some online fundraisers a couple times a year. We do big events like the home show, where we have animal figurines and plants for sale. 100% of those proceeds help iRescue.
Nice.
And all of those items were donated so we can raise money.
Oh, good. Now, tell us what you brought with you today. If anybody who is out there watching wants to come and see what you have.
Sure. Today we have Bruce, which is a 120-pound African tortoise.
Wow.
We have a lion-head rabbit, and we have a long-haired guinea pig.
Oh.
And out of the 3 animals we brought, the guinea pig is for adoption.
Oh, okay. So, and do people go through a little bit of a background check or something? Obviously, you want to make sure it goes to a good home.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought a guinea pig is exotic. They are, though, huh?
Yeah, because they're not native.
Oh, gotcha. So that's what it is. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Good.
I will ask specific questions. What are you going to keep it in? What are you going to feed it? Are you going to interact with it? You know, how often do you
Nice.
feed it? You know, do you maintain the water source?
Right,
Stuff
right.
like that. And if they can't answer those questions properly, they're not a good
maybe
fit for
not.
that animal.
And I would imagine some animals need a lot more care than others. So if
Absolutely.
it's somebody who works from 8 in the morning until 7 at night, they're not going to be with the animal. It's probably
Yeah.
not a good fit, huh?
You know, a smaller animal like a guinea pig or a rabbit would be good for that. A parrot probably wouldn't be, unless they're going to spend several hours after work with that parrot. Because, you know, your larger parrots, your macaws and cockatoos, your African grays, they need, you know, several hours of bonding each day, or they're going to get depressed and they could become medically, you know, in need.
So I would imagine you need a boatload of volunteers to probably help you, right? So that would be
Yes.
another thing that you would be helpful
Yes.
to you is volunteers out there.
Right now we have half a dozen volunteers that really help us a lot. While I'm here on the air, our volunteer Stephanie is manning our booth and taking care of the animals. Another volunteer is going to go to the house and feed the animals that are there and walk our Husky Malamute mix, because I'm going to be here all day. So,
Yes.
I mean, it's a large network of animal-minded people that keep our rescue going.
Thank God for them, right?
Oh, knock
I'm
on
sure a
wood.
blessing in your life. Well, Jason, thank you. It has been a pleasure meeting you, and I can't wait to go over and meet some of Bruce and some of the other animals you brought with you today.
My pleasure. Everyone, come on by and say hello to Bruce and Oreo.
There you go. All right, everyone, you stay tuned. We will be right back. Hello, welcome back to the Orlando Home Show, and I am delighted to be joined by Chef Jim Evans right now of Kitchen Craft. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Sure. And Jim, you have been cooking up some amazing stuff around the corner from me, and
I
we've
have.
been kind of busy here all day, so a couple of times I wanted to run over and like grab something out of the pan. Tell us about your amazing cookware here.
Okay, so we are waterless and greaseless cookware. And what that is almost all of our vegetables have enough moisture in them that we don't need to add water and boil them. So we keep our vitamins, nutrients, minerals, flavor is what we're really after. Because what do we normally do? We boil our veggies and then we have to pop them on the plate and load them up with salt and butter because we killed all that flavor. And then we're also greaseless cooking as well. All of our meats, doesn't matter if it's beef, pork, chicken, or fish, all have enough inherent fat in them that you don't need to add any greases, oils, lards, or anything like that.
I have a tendency to do that because I guess I never realized that I didn't need to.
You didn't need to. And it's the cookware is what it is.
And it's like before you even put the meat in, you're just automatically
Yeah,
adding the oil.
and that's the way we were taught.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So all of our cookware is made in America. It has been for
Nice.
116 years. And it all comes with a lifetime forever warranty, but not our
Nice.
lifetime. Kids, grandkids, heirloom quality, it's meant to be passed on.
Many lifetimes.
Many lifetimes.
Many lifetimes. There you go. And this is nice. You
It
can
is.
feel solid.
It's the thickest cookware on the market. So
Okay.
we're 7-ply, 110 gauge. So it's that thick throughout the whole pan. There's a dripless rolled edge that's down the side and across the bottom. All of the bottoms are guaranteed flat, so you'll never have that warped, wobbly pan on your
I was
cooktop
just
again.
going to ask about that.
Yes.
So they are warranted.
Warranted, guaranteed life. Lifetime forever
Nice.
warranty.
Nice.
But not our lifetime again. It's our
Right.
kids and our grandkids.
Yeah,
it's
because some
meant
of
to be
them do
passed
get,
on.
you know, especially if they're used all the time. Not
Right.
in my house. I don't cook a lot, but
Right.
I need somebody like
We
you.
hear that a lot. Yeah, we do. We hear that a lot.
But this makes life easier.
It does. This is the simplest way. You don't have to be a cook or a chef. You don't have to know all your spices and things like that. This is simple cooking. You throw your vegetables in the pan. There's no water. You cook on medium to low. It's designed to save you money on your energy bills. So we cook our vegetables on medium low. Takes about 3 minutes. When we see a little vapor coming out from around the lid, we've reached our internal temp of about 180 degrees. And when we get there, we remove it from the burner. We let it rest for 4 or 5 minutes. It puts that al dente, perfectly cooked. All those vitamins, nutrients, minerals,
Still in it.
flavors are there.
Remember when we were kids, I don't know about you, but they buy the vegetables and stuff in a can. And I know you
Absolutely.
can still buy them in a can. There's like not an ounce of nutrients
It's
in
not.
that, is there?
It got all processed away just in that canning process.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate like that. Yep.
Yeah. And then you're right. And then it's the salt and the pepper and the.
And you have to add all that because we
Yes.
killed the flavor.
Right,
We
right.
really don't know what our veggies taste like until we taste them perfectly. Eating raw veggies is the best way, to be honest. This is your next best.
Nice.
Because it gets them hot, but you still have all the flavors in it. Because that's what we eat with.
And a
is-
little bit of crunch.
and a little bit of
A little
crunch
bit
in
like
there.
it's supposed to be.
Right.
Right.
It's
like
perfectly
supposed to
every
have.
single time.
So tell us what kind. I know you have 2 of them here. Tell us what.
So this is our
What we
1-quart
have.
pan.
Okay.
I use this in my cooking shows all the time. So when I in my
Your
shows,
favorite pan right
this
there.
is I use this a lot. It really do. I
Okay.
cook up a vegetable medley in
There
my
they
shows.
are.
There they are, perfect. I cook up a vegetable medley in my shows, and I load this pan up. So I put carrots, broccoli, zucchini, yellow squash, sweet corn, purple cabbage, and red bell pepper.
Still piled up on top.
It is
huh?
full.
Wow.
I don't use any water. I put the lid on. Takes about 3 minutes.
Put
I
it
take
aside,
it off. I
let
let
it
it
cook.
rest. It all comes out. It's perfectly every time. Everything is non-stick, even though it is stainless steel. That's the quality of our metal.
Okay.
Made in America.
So it doesn't have to have that Teflon. Remember the
Nope.
Teflon that chips off after
that chips off.
a
It
while.
poisons us. It's a
Right.
terrible product.
Right.
Even the new coatings out called ceramic,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a toxic coating in a spray paint. So what you have to remember is, if there's a color in here,
Yes.
it's a chemical. This is a metal. There is nothing here to hurt you.
There you go.
So you can use your metal utensils. You don't have to use the plastic or
Right,
the wood
right,
anymore.
because
Use
you
the
might
forks.
scrape it.
That's right. You don't have to worry about that. If you scratch the inside of this pan, you're cooking and eating healthy. And that's what we want you to do.
Wow.
There's a lot of features about our cookware. For one, it's designed to save you money on your energy bills because medium to low is all you need to know.
Okay.
But a couple other features.
Okay.
Every pan with a lid, that lid is also a
Do
trivet.
you see that? How cool is this? Let me move this one out of the way. Do you see that?
So
How
every
cool
lid is a
that?
trivet on there. So you no longer have to hold that hot pan and dig through the drawer like I used to do.
Yes.
Now, every pan with a lid, what's always the number one problem when we're cooking? What do we do with the hot lid?
Right.
Well, we've thought about it.
No way.
So now,
So now you can stir.
you can stir, you can go in there, you don't have to mess up your countertop or your stovetop.
Right.
We've thought about it. Now, for
Look at
those of
that.
us who hang our cookware, it was always an issue
Sure.
because we hang the cookware, but we have a big cabinet full of lids.
Yes, we do.
We can hang our
Oh
cookware
my gosh! Look at
with
that.
the lid on there and never have to worry about having a cabinet full of lids that we can't find it. We truly try to think of everything.
You did think of everything.
All of our cookware is oven safe. Handles, knobs, lids, everything.
The whole handle and everything can go in the oven?
It's not a plastic, it's a polymer.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It feels like a plastic.
Yep, it does, but it's a polymer.
So it's comfortable.
Yep, it's got all the long
Wow.
handles, have a pistol grip on them, and a thumb guard, so they're comfortable.
Yeah.
They don't slip out of your hands.
That's awesome.
They work on gas, they work on electric, and they're also induction friendly already. And the great thing about them is they're dishwasher safe.
What?
So you don't have to worry about scrubbing them. Cleanup is the best thing about our cookware. Soap and water is really all you need to know. Here's one more feature. You see inside that pan?
Yes.
Do you notice anything or not notice anything?
Well, it's shiny as could be. Is that the pan you've been cooking with all day?
No, this is a brand new one. But we don't have the rivets holding our handle on.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We do
you
a much more
don't.
expensive process of welding them on. But you ever seen those black rings that come around that?
Yes.
That's bacteria. And it grows and grows. You never get rid of it. So our pans don't have those. So you'll never have that nightmare or have the dirty bacteria in your food again.
That is fantastic.
We truly try to think of everything.
That is wonderful.
We're a 116-year-old company, so it's not something new.
Right, right.
So we do
It's just
live-
something you've been doing well for a long
we've
time.
been doing it well for a long
Couple
time.
of different lifetimes there.
Absolutely. It's a quality American-made product.
And it's still made right here in America.
Right here in West Bend, Wisconsin, has been for the last 116 years.
Wow, that's awesome. That
I
is
love it.
fantastic.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Now tell us real quick before we go, how can people, if they can't make it here to a show, and
Yep.
I know you said you travel all over to the home shows.
Yes.
You're probably at a lot of them. So where can they get this?
Okay, so if you don't buy it at a show, you can go to my website. It's www.waterlesscookware.com/Jim Evans. You can see all the products on there. But when you look at the products online, be prepared. They're a little expensive. This is a quality product, lifetime warranty. It's an investment in your future, in your health.
Right.
But if you give me a call, my phone number is on my website as well, or you can call me at 630-936-0675. You can call me or text me. I will save you a ton of money compared to our online prices.
There you go. Your show special when they can't get to the show, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So for our home show. Thank you so much, Chef. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and I'm excited about these pans.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome. All right, we will be right back.
everybody, we're back. And you know what? We got FFA in the house again, but we have Rocco this time. Let's talk. First of all, what got you into financial consulting?
So, beginning pandemic happened. A lot of things were happening in the market. And I was like, okay, now's the time to get into this, figure out how should I be investing.
Right.
And I've realized it's a lot of research. And I realized a lot of people out there don't really know much about financial planning.
No.
And I realized we don't get taught in schools. We get taught algebra, geometry, but it's nothing really on finances.
Right.
How do you file your taxes? How should you plan for retirement? It's a lot of people out there are struggling. 1 in 3 people aren't fully prepared. They're literally losing their pants in retirement.
Losing. And I tell you, it's great. I love these guys. Now, we've known you guys. We've known your company for a long time, right? And the first time I ever saw them, there was these cats walking around in their boxers. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? And then I got to meet you guys. It's yeah, don't get caught with your pants down. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely phenomenal. So do you sit down and go over every aspect of their financial side to help people?
Exactly. It's most advisors, they just look at how much money can I manage for you.
Right.
And it's they don't sit down and tell you, okay, you need to put this here for say pre-tax, here for Roth, or how much do you need to pull out come retirement.
Right.
And they're that's what a lot of people really need. They need to know where to pull the money from. Because if you just pull it all from one bucket, now you're gonna run out. And
so is it true that we're now that we're living longer, people have not actually did their due diligence to be able to retire the right way, correct?
Exactly, and that's kind of thing with financial literacy. It's people think, I have a 401k, just put some money into it, it's all set up, and then it says by the time I'm this age, I'll be good to retire. And it's people are living, that's probably good when people live 80, 85, but now living 90, 95, 100.
Right.
And if they're not prepared for that, they're going to run out of money. And then at your 85 years old, have to go back to work. It's and that's very scary thought for a lot of people.
Right. So let's talk about, what does FFA offer?
So we're comprehensive financial planners. So not only will we manage investments for you, we sit down, write you out a plan. You're looking for retirement advice, 401k allocations, estate planning, basically anything under financial sun we help with.
Okay. Now, what area do you cover? The Orlando side?
So yeah, I'm here in the Orlando office. We have branches in Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville. We have our Philadelphia-based branch, Tri-State Advisors. We just actually opened up our Georgia office, Georgia Financial Advisors.
Georgia, there you go.
And North Carolina branch as well. And we're looking to expand into other markets as well.
So in Georgia, it would be don't get caught with your overalls now.
Exactly.
And I love Georgia. I'm from there. I can make that joke. Don't give me mail. So what's the process to get started with you guys?
Yeah, so if someone, say, would reach out, we would sit down, just a quick 20, 30-minute meeting to figure out exactly what we're working with today, what strategies you have in place, figure out what your goals are, because, again, no two people are the same. Someone who's 30 years old is not going to look for estate planning right now. Mm-hmm. So we sit down with them, figure out exactly what they need, how we can help them. We then build out what we call a scope of work, put a 70% financial plan together, and then in our second meeting, we would show them exactly what they're working with today, how some small tweaks and changes could affect them, and then at that point, they decide if they wish to continue with us.
So do you work with just primarily the residential, or do you do any commercial side as well?
So with businesses?
So if I got a business and I want to take my business to the point where I can sell it or something like that, can you guys help that out, or do you have a different division or no people?
So we help with everything. So whatever
awesome.
you're working with towards today, we sit with a lot of small businesses as well, helping them set up 401ks, figuring out what type of taxes, how they should be structured. Some folks are have a small business, but they're not sure. Sole proprietorship, LLC, S Corp, which one's going to work best for you?
Right.
How is that going to work best tax-wise? And we help them figure out exactly what they need to know.
So how do people get a hold of you?
So yeah, if you want to reach out to me, my number is 330-774-4228. If you want to schedule a meeting at all, go and sit down. I'm gladly to sit down and give you a quick 20, 30 minutes, complimentary of course, and then figure out where I can help you. Because that's the end of the day, that's why I took this job, is people don't know financial literacy, and I know they need help in that field.
There you go. Look, if you're looking for that kind of help, We just got through showing you the website, and you are more than welcome to reach out to this young man. We actually had one of your other guys on earlier. I think it's Adam. Adam, you're a really good guy, really good guy. So if you need some help, give the man a call. We'll be right back with some more great vendors from the Ocala 2020 show. I'm not Ocala, the Orlando 2020 show. Boy, I'm okay. It's been a long day. We'll be right back after these messages.